Welcome back to CityLine, everyone. I did misspeak when I was introducing this next segment. I said Cheryl Rux with Tacoma Light Rail. It's actually Tacoma Light Trail. At the Chamber, we spend a lot of time talking about light rail. I am so thrilled to be sitting here talking about Light Trail with Cheryl Rux. And Cheryl, I noticed as soon as you came into the studio, you had this amazing necklace. Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
So my necklace is from the 1909 AYP, Alaskan Yukon Pacific Convention, and they had that in Seattle. And Tacoma kind of said, well, we want to get some of this mojo from you. And they created that giant "You'll Like Tacoma" sign that you see on all the postcards.
Absolutely.
And you could actually see it across the bay in Seattle. From the AYP convention. So they did a lot of souvenirs. This was a watch fob.
Oh, so cool.
And I got it from an antique dealer at a store, Katie's Antiques, I worked at years ago. I spent way too much money on it, but I'm like a Tacoma girl and I like to represent, and so I bought it and I've worn it regularly.
So good. All right, Tacoma girls unite. Woo! Right, here we go. So good. Excellent purchase. Yes. Excellent purchase. I love it very much.
I do too.
It's so good.
Yeah.
So talk to us about what is the Light Trail.
The Tacoma Light Trail is a pandemic project that started several years back during the shutdown. This beautiful woman, Rosemary Panacante, set it up, and you were able to go out with your family and view art from the street and be socially distant. We have carried that on. It is a family-friendly event. It's free. This year we're running the artwork for 2 weeks, and you can go and check it all out. And then we also have a big kickoff celebration on New Year's Eve. And you can go to that with your family and see all the fun people putting on. Our dragon parade is going to cut through the UWT square. We'll be staging the UWT dragon parade at 5:15, and then that kicks off at 5:30 and leads you into our celebration.
That's fantastic. And when does it start?
Our actual celebration starts at 6 and goes till 9.
Okay.
And we'll be at Tolfson Plaza.
Gotcha.
If the weather is good. And if it's raining, then our Dragon Parade will lead our crowd underneath the Tacoma Art Museum, where we will set up for poor weather. So pray for good weather, because it's more fun when we have the stars above us than the cement ceiling.
Yeah, fantastic. And there's no bad weather, just bad clothes.
This is also true, and we encourage you to get funky and get fancy and wear pretty clothes, bright clothes, light up clothes. I will be dressed as a dragon this year.
Oh, I love it.
So please join us. Break out your fancy, funky stuff.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah.
And there's a New Year's Eve festivities too.
That's the kickoff event.
The kickoff is New Year's Eve.
On New Year's Eve, yes.
Perfect.
We start on December 31st.
Okay.
With our parade at 6 p.m.
At Tolfson Plaza.
At Tolfson Plaza, yes.
Rain or shine?
Rain. Well, if it rains, we're downstairs.
Fantastic.
At times. Yeah.
I love it. And there's art installations, obviously, again, along the way.
Yes.
Where are the art installations? How do people find out where they are?
We have a printable map on our website, but we also have a digital interactive map on our website.
Very cool.
And that will lead you on the Light Trail, where you're able to walk around. We're kind of set up in districts this year. We've got Hilltop, we've got the Theater Square and theater area along Broadway, and then along Pacific too. We do have an installation at the Foss Waterway Maritime Museum.
Nice.
And we also have one at the Seymour Conservatory that I'm really excited about. And all of that information's on the map, and you can see it all from 5 to 9 every night until the 14th. We turn the lights off on the 15th.
On the map, on the website.
Yeah.
That's how you find it.
Yep.
Fantastic. Are you allowed to have a favorite art installation? Are they all your favorites?
I have done a lot.
Yeah,
I'm kind of like the little elf. Whenever we don't have something that goes into a space, but we need something, I have created a ton of installations over the years. Camp Colvos has my hops.
Yeah.
And they bought that from me, which was
Nice.
great, because putting it up was scary and taking it down was going to be scarier. But Steve LaBarge's dragon,
Yes.
it's not an installation, but it's like my favorite thing. Like every time he brings that out, that's a
Yeah.
picture of me in my dragon costume with him.
I love it.
people freak out, and we do these dragon parades through neighborhoods with the Puget Sound Rebels and the Tacomarama Honk Band, and Steve brings that out, and it's just like, it's awe-inspiring, and the joy that everybody brings. This year I've done a couple projects with some groups. I did a group of lanterns with these kids from Ukraine, and that was really sweet. Trying to figure out how to translate. Don't put too much glue on that.
Right. Well, kids, there's never enough glue, never enough glitter, right?
No, we don't do glitter anymore because,
smart. These are lessons that we learn through time. That's so great. For sure. And so people can, again, they download the map. Yep. They can print it. It's interactive. They can view the art, and the art installations, on their time, until the lights go out. And again, when do the lights go out? They
run through the 14th of January, which is a Sunday. And then some places love their art and keep it up
a little bit
for a long time. Yeah. Some of our first installations are still up. Campfire Coffee still has their first installation that was up.
I love it.
That first year. Yeah.
That's so good. So this is a huge project. How do you find support and funding to make this possible every year?
Tacoma Creates does fund part of our event, but we spent that money.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the map and we saw there are a lot of art installations.
We've done workshops with that money. We've done art installations with that money. We've paid musicians. We pay performers. So we do actively take donations on our website. Okay. If you haven't got that person that's really hard to shop for something for Christmas or
we were just talking about how important giving experiences are, right?
Donate in their name and we will use that money for good, for sure. We have to pay for insurance and we have to pay for permits and things like that to put on these events for everybody to come to and to keep them free. And so any money you donate gets used wisely, for sure. We stretch $1 into $1.50. I don't know how we do it, but we do it.
There's a lot of that, nonprofit, magic that comes from, finding those creative solutions to the practical problems, that we all have. And so,
all those girl math memes, there needs to be a nonprofit meme. And
it totally does.
It's nuts.
And on the website, so where do people make these donations for Christmas gifts?
There is a section on our website that you can click on and it tells you how to donate to us. And that always works really good. It gets the money directly to us. During our event, we will have a merch booth and you can buy beanies and umbrellas and hats and lights and all that stuff. Sometimes artists, I know that I have some pieces at Dancing Goat that when they're ready for those to come down, I'm going to sell and put the money back into Light Trail. There's some cool star lanterns that I did and we'll get those back in. I don't need everything I make, so it's kind of fun to
well, other people probably want to buy the things that you make, right? So there's that for sure.
If I make it for the Light Trail, I kind of feel like let's put it back into the Light Trail. It's fun that way. But I make a lot of stuff, so it's nice to be able to get it into the community where other people will appreciate it. Because to me, it's just a tripping hazard in my house. To somebody else, it's like this beautiful piece of art. But I make a lot of stuff, so I don't need to keep it all.
I love it. Yeah. That's so good. What other Tacoma Light Trail events, are out there? We talked about the New Year's Eve celebration. We talked about the kickoff. Anything else happening that people should know about? We have a light up bike ride, which is really fun. Very fun. And you can register on our website for that. We have an event at Tupac, which will be really fun. And I'll be hosting a lantern workshop with our lollipop lanterns there. So you'll be able to come. What's a lollipop lantern? They were a fun project and they worked out really well. So we took these white paper lanterns and we let the community decoupage them. Oh, fun. And we've had some really great ones come out and we put them on a stick with a light. And my whole concept for the lanterns this year is a safety thing. I took some kids on the trail a couple years back and they're short and cars are going. And so I've made a big light stick that keeps them safe. Suddenly there's pay attention to me, don't run me over. Right, safety first. Safety first. And it was a fun event. We had one little girl bring me up one and I kind of was like, oh, that's gonna melt in the rain. And she's like, it's a cabbage. And then I looked at it, I'm like, that is a cabbage.
but it's going to melt in the rain. So we really try to like decoupage the whole thing, seal everything in. And you'll see a lot of those on the trail, hopefully. And then I made some for our parade. And we ran a lantern library at our dragon parades this year that I implemented. And so we handed those out and let people borrow them and then bring them back. And we kept those going in rotation for all of our dragon parades. So
I love it.
Yeah.
How many lanterns do you think you make every year?
Oh my gosh. It depends on what you consider a lantern, really.
Anything that lights up, maybe, right?
This year, I've physically touched 200 lanterns so far.
It's a lot, and
I'm not done.
You're not done.
And that's just the lollipop lanterns. If you think about the paper bag lanterns that we did at Art in the Armory, I went to Nativity House with those. We've done a lot of like community outreach, so probably another 800 of the paper ones. And I hand stamped all of those to get our website information onto those bags. So
oh my gosh, that is a lot.
Next year we need volunteers to stamp. If you ever want to volunteer for Light Trail, go on our website, sign up. We need volunteers this year to help us with the parade and to help us set up the events and to just kind of be there and enjoy it. Mm-hmm. I need a bunny brigade bad for our parade. I've got 7 bunny lanterns and I'm looking for some people to dress as rabbits and be the Year of the Rabbit Bunny Brigade for our New Year's Eve parade.
That's amazing. So we have lollipop lanterns, we have bunny lanterns, we have dragon parades, we have art installations. Yeah. We have the full map of where people can find everything on the website. We have an opportunity for people to donate, to support the work. That is amazing. Thank you so much, Cheryl. What else should people know about with the Tacoma Light Trail?
It is not just 2 weeks. We work on this all year. As soon as we're done this year on the 15th, we're not really done. We're starting for next year. Mm-hmm. So a lot of work goes in this. We have a team of really dedicated people that work on this. Rosemary, who set this up, Michelle, who's our director this year, our work with Tacoma Revels, they're helping us make sure this keeps going. The whole honk band, Tacomarama, we wouldn't be able to do any of this stuff without people loving their community and wanting to be part of it and show off their talents. So bring your talents to us. Sign up as an artist. We'll be doing an open art call next year. We'll look for sound trail musicians. We really want to showcase the best of what people have to offer in Tacoma with this event in a year-round way and building up to it. Definitely, once we get it all finalized, it seems like it's a lot in a little bit of time, but it's actually a lot in a lot of bit of time. We've been making lanterns since Thanksgiving with the community.
That's amazing. I know you talked about Tacoma Creates and all of the partnerships and businesses that you work with. Anyone else that you want to thank or give a shout out to?
Theater on the Square is going to do their own installation.
Nice.
Leroy Jewelry is huge. They've been a big supporter, and they helped run the old First Night celebration. So in the beginning, they were really implementing kind of good advice for us. There's just a huge, just all of Tacoma that participates is really great. And it's a good way to visit different businesses too.
Right.
Most of the art, all of the art you can see from outside, but some of the art, like the hops at Camp Colvo, going inside to experience that. Zeke's is going to host a Fire It Forward installation. It'll be great to see it from outside, but we're going to kind of use these flame lights to light up the inside too. So you want to check these places out.
I love it, and especially from the perspective of the chamber, right? Really appreciate that partnership, with local businesses and how we can all contribute and work together. But thank you so much, Cheryl. Thank you so much to all of your volunteers and your team with the Tacoma Light Trail.
Come see us on New Year's. It's going to be fun.
If
you missed a dragon parade, you missed out. Come and do the New Year's one.
Fantastic. And that's all we have for CityLine today. Really appreciate you being with us. Thank you so much. Again, my name is Andrea Ray. I've been filling in for Amanda Westbrook. Amanda, feel better. And again, thank you so much. Happy holidays.